We're discussing how the Broncos are going to come out against Green Bay, what this offense is going to look like. Do you think that this offense is going to look any different when they come back from the bye?
It wouldn't surprise me if it looked a bit different, but at the same time, how many changes can you make in a bye week? You can maybe fundamentally change everything, but I don't know if you can really alter everything, and you can't really go back to everything that the offense did in 2012 to 2014.
All right. Well, if I were Gary Kubiak and I came to you and you're Peyton Manning. Oh, he's his own technical director too. I like that. All right. So I come to you and I go, Peyton, give me the list of the plays you want to run. I mean, does he say, all right, Peyton, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. And forgive me, as close as you are figuratively and literally out there, you really don't know what Kubiak and Manning and Knapp and Dennison are talking about. But do you just say, okay, Peyton, what do you want? What do you, because he used the word earlier, happy, and then changed it to comfortable. Do you go to Peyton and say, okay, forget what we're doing. What do you want to do? I mean, do you do that if you're Kubiak?
That wouldn't surprise me. And really, those types of meetings have been happening all along with them. We'll get together and talk about this might work, this might not work, and try to game. But at the same time, I wonder if them might change a little bit in this bye week coming out of it. And if it's going to be a little more, what for?
Andrew, let me stop you there. This connection's not very good. Can we just call you back on the phone?
Should we just get him on the phone?
Yeah.
We'll call you right back.
We'll just call you on the phone, Andrew.
So stand by. And we ask everybody else to stand by. We'll have Andrew back. But he's going, well, these meetings are going along, and Gary says, I want to put Peyton. He said that from the beginning of the year, but this is not Peyton Manning's offense.
No.
This is not the plays that Peyton Manning.
Nope.
How many plays have you seen over the middle to a slot receiver?
Virtually none. And he's not throwing to the tight end, which he loves to do. So I think if you put him back in the shotgun, those things change, though.
But Virgil Green has been targeted, what would you guess, this year? 4 times? Maybe 4 times?
Maybe.
And we know he's supposedly the, quote, blocking tight end, but he scored a touchdown in the last game of last season, his first touchdown. Owen Daniels is supposed to be the 67 type, Tammy kind of, Dreesen kind of tight end, not a Julius Thomas tight end. Owen Daniels is either not getting open, not catching the ball, they're not throwing to him. So I come back again. And do we have you back, Andrew?
Yes.
So I guess returning, you claim, and I agree with you, that you can't just blow up everything and change it, but you're the coach now. You simplify it, but I mean, what do you do then during a 2-week period?
Well, I think, the start of it today was interesting. They actually focused on younger players. Kubiak said that was today's practice. Now, what they do next Monday with that bonus practice they have before they start Packers preparation, I think it will be interesting to see if they don't go back and work on some of the old concepts and incorporate as many of them as they can. Because, look, if this offense, the playbook, if it was a mashup of the old scheme and the Kubiak one, as they talked about in the entire off season, then they have the nomenclature to go back and run some of those plays and get them into the playbook. And then it's just a matter of actually practicing them and getting the guys who are new, some of the new offensive linemen, up to speed. I imagine for Peyton Manning and the returning skill players, it probably wouldn't be that much of an issue. And then you mentioned Virgil Green, of course. Virgil Green knows about a lot of those plays as well, and maybe that would open him up a little bit more and get him used a little bit more.
Andrew, you're there every day. You office there. Despite the 6-0 start, do you feel any frustration throughout the building with what's going on?
Yeah, I think definitely on the offensive side, there's a frustration, not with the result, but the perception they feel like they're not pulling their weight. They're frustrated. They're not going to use the words, "Oh, the defense bailed out the offense," but certainly if you're on the offensive side and you're going through 25 possessions without a touchdown, and you have an interception on the first series of overtime, and then the defense comes through and saves the day once again. There is some frustration is more than understandable. That being said, I don't sense any kind of resentment at all on the defensive side. I think they feel. Yeah, I think for starters, there's enough guys on that defense that were there in 2012, 2013, and mostly 2014 that understand how many times the offense had their back. So they understand that this is football. That one side picks up the other from time to time. But I think the offense, it's a pride thing for the offense that they're used to success, and when you don't just fall back to being mediocre, but by a lot of statistical metrics in the bottom 3 or 4 in the league, I think there is a definite sense of frustration. Happiness over 6-0, happy at having a 4-game lead in the division, but knowing that they're not pulling their weight, and then if they don't start, it's going to get bumpy for this team.